All right, y'all, this is game time. This is my review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion, part 1 of 3. Oh man, such a good finale. They made Time Magazine, Variety. It's crazy. So they're all, entering the reunion. We get a little behind the scenes. Like, not them praying in the elevator. Archangel Michael, is that what they said? I don't know. Anyway, look, Monica, I'm just letting y'all know, for full disclaimer, I don't see it for her. I'm sorry. I know she follows me on social media, but I gotta give it straight. I gotta call it like I see it. Monica, I don't want you back on here next season, but you're great for Traders. Maybe you're great for Girls Trip. Maybe you're great for House of Villains. But yes, the ladies are all seated, and then here come Monica coming down the stairs. She looks good, and I would even say she's best dressed. But she stole Jen Shah's designer, so, maybe he gave her a freebie. And there go the Jumanji drums as she's coming down. So dramatic. We're only like seconds in. That's right, girl. Take your spot right next to Andy. I mean, she could be an icon, an iconic fraud. Good Lord, that set is ugly. Like, what were they going for? Like, snow in Bermuda? Whoever was the creative director for this set should be fired immediately. So we find out off the bat that none of the ladies, since the filming of the finale, have seen or hung out with Monica. So the first topic of conversation is this is the first season without Jen Shah. And I gotta say, as a viewer, that was the best decision. Well, I mean, it was the state of New York's decision to lock her ass up, but it's great that she's not back on this show. Like, the cast had room to breathe, and look, they did their best season without Jen, even though she was name dropping 80% of the episodes. Heather has the most to say on this about the toxicity of Jen Shah. I'm gonna give you a pass on this for now, but the way you were up Jen Shah's ass, she never gave her any type of accountability, the Stockholm Syndrome you've had. Like, I'm glad you've finally seen the light in that friendship. So the first reel is dedicated to Monica, how she stormed the scene. She walked out of her Range Rover that's in her mom's name, and how she kept it real the entire season. Andy points out to Monica that it was touching hearing her talk about not being able to afford a Louis bag and being around these women. I heard the Louis bag was fake, and if it was real, it was rented. But before we found out that she was a fraud, she did come off endearing in that scene. Like, she came off relatable, which is important. But do we want our housewives to be relatable? I mean, I still want them rich as fuck, but as relatable as they can be. As she's talking about entering this group of women as an outsider looking in, just, knowing what I know now, it just seems like this was all orchestrated so she can be on TV. Like, she didn't really want to be friends with any of these women. I'm getting ahead of myself, but, when Heather plays that audio, it's just like, you just want to be on TV. Like, you were a fan. Again, y'all, this is a disclaimer for all the Monica fans. I don't see it for her. So leave now. I'm just letting you know if you can't take me talking about Monica. So now we're talking about the $60,000 ring and like how Monica got into it with Lisa, saying that she's materialistic. And Lisa's rebuttal is, well, aside from it being $60K, it was sentimental. Like, it was given to her by her husband after she almost lost one of her sons after she gave birth to him. So that's why it was significant to her and she couldn't stop talking about it. Monica is like, well, I didn't know that. And then Lisa was like, well, it wasn't for anybody to know. So Monica really couldn't say much to that, but I do like the light flex that Lisa inserted. I get different rings for different occasions. Okay, girl. Lisa continues and said, just because she lost the ring doesn't mean she's not relatable to the middle class, doesn't mean she thinks she's a part of the 1%. Monica says, yes, I was definitely incorrect on that. You are not a part of the 1%. A little bit of shade there. She says, yeah, 1% I found out is like Shaquille O'Neal. That is the first person you think of when you think of 1%. Not Bill Gates, not Oprah, Jeff Bezos. They're all laughing at that. But then Andy moves on and asks Lisa, did she ever find the ring? And she didn't. And then we get into the online accusations and insinuations from the cast that Monica stole the ring. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that she stole the ring. She's a liar. And I bet you if she did steal the ring, her stance would be like, oh yes, girl, she stole that ring. It's crazy to me that the people that's rooting for her can't hold her accountable. But let it be somebody else that's done what Monica's done, and they would be crucified. The line is always moving. Monica thinks that it was Lisa and Heather that spread the rumor that she stole Lisa's ring. Lisa disagrees, and then Monica says, well, how come you didn't go online and refute it when people were saying that I stole the ring? Lisa was like, that's not my responsibility. And Heather keeps it all the way real. She thought Monica stole the ring. She's like, that's why I didn't say anything. Not Monica trying to hold somebody for admitting something. Girl, are you serious? And I'm sorry, because of your behavior and your lying and what you did to get on this show, I wouldn't be surprised if you stole the ring. It's in your character. They're going back and forth now because Monica thinks Lisa again insinuated that she stole the ring. And she says, you know what? This is damaging, and I think it's easy and stereotypical for you to blame me. Girl, what? Are you about to throw out a card right now? The poverty card? Or I guess the race card? Come on now. Come on now. Like, let's roll the footage of all the lies you told this season. Angie K laughs at that, and then Monica has her sights on her now. As Lay's going back and forth, she tells Angie K, why are you talking? Bench warming bitch? Ooh, and then continues like, this doesn't involve you like most of the season. Okay, she got her there. She got her there. I will admit that. And you know what? The only reason that Monica can pack some of these ladies up so easily because they don't know how to read. Like, if she was on Potomac, Atlanta, hell, Jersey, like Margaret would have made her ass cry. So yeah, packing up Angie K, that's light work for anybody. So after that, we move on to Monica's connection to Jen Shah. Like, what was her role with her? Did she work for her? Monica said she started out as friends with Jen, then she started to work for her. And she used the air quotes, not me. So here's where it's starting to get murky. So Andy's asking her job description, and she's like, well, I'll just be doing little things for her, like getting her groceries. And then Andy asked, was she filming the season during this time? And she said, around season 1. So she was on Jen Shah's team around season 1. And he asked her, was she paying you for this? She said, no. Then Andy's asking the right questions. So you're taking time away from your 4 kids to get groceries for Jen, and she's not paying you. Like, what? Y'all, she wanted to be on the show that bad. Monica's response to that is basically she was being a good friend. You got 4 kids at home that you're solely responsible for, and you're out following Jen around doing her bidding for free. Gotcha. This is who y'all standing for. I just want it on the record. So Heather asked Monica with the intent on catching her in a lie. So you were her assistant, like for a come up, kind of like how Kim K was an assistant. You know, you see where it got her. You're trying to see where it gets you. Monica says no. So then Heather pulls out audio. Plays the audio of Monica saying, Kim K, look where that bitch is now and she's starting as an assistant. Gotcha ass. Like, she's a liar. Heather is still coming with the receipts, the proof, the timeline, and the screenshots. And the audio keeps going. It's Monica saying she fully admits that the sole reason that she was an assistant for Jen Shah was for a stepping stone and a come up. Monica ain't got nothing to say to that. Andy then goes to the next question saying, were you her assistant to be on the show? Monica says she didn't know if she was going to be on the show or not. Heather's like, well, that was to prove that you weren't doing it because you were a friend. You were doing it because you had an agenda. Now, Monica, I don't believe that. She said when she met Jen, she didn't even know she was going to be on the show. Bullshit. Bullshit. Ooh, we really breaking the fourth wall now. Like, Monica's saying, well, I just applied on the show like everybody else. Angie K said, I was referred. Lisa's like, I helped bring the show to Utah. Monica then says she sent an email to casting saying the show sucks, the ratings are low, and it's about to be canceled. Child, the look on Andy Cohen's face. Look, she is not getting a contract renewal after saying that. I guarantee y'all. Monica also told them that they need a new cast. And Andy's like, really? It sucked? You said all that? She was like, I'm just being honest. So production's like, they show us the email that she sent casting. Reaching out in regards to your casting call. Would love more information on what needs to be done or how to move forward. You guys need a feisty, excommunicated Latina on the show immediately. I'm your girl. Another lie. Like, how many lies is it gonna take for y'all to see that this girl is a fraud? Also, y'all, I gotta admit that this whole segment was juicy. Like, just give us the fourth wall tea. So then the next question for her is, how does she go from being Jen's assistant to being an informant for the feds? She says this guy told her, get away from her, she's going to prison. Y'all see that light just now? Oh my God, this is why I hate facing the window when I'm filming. Anywho, she says once she distanced herself, she reached out to the feds to report Jen Shah and said she had information on their case. She said she felt like she'd done the right thing and that everyone here probably should have done the right thing. I mean, in the cast defense, did they know for sure that she was doing something illegal? Like, I feel like Monica had that access to Jen where she can actually have information on her doing what she did. Because she was the only one out of all of them to work for Jen. So now we move on to Monica sleeping with the brother-in-law. She says that, first of all, it happened 10 years ago. Now, I gotta say, as a viewer, the way she was talking about it, it sounded like it happened recently, like not more than 4 or 5 years ago. Am I the only one? Monica clarifies that she wasn't bragging about that situation, but she was just taking accountability for it. The irony in that statement about taking accountability for something. So Monica gets emotional as she's talking about the topic, and Andy asks her, does she still communicate with the brother-in-law? She says no. Then we get to Whitney talking about how she was excommunicated because of her affair and how it still hurts no matter how long ago it was. Side note, I forgot for a minute that Whitney was there. You need to step it up for next season. Just letting you know. So the next reel is dedicated to some of the fights throughout the season and how kind of like the dynamics of friendships was just changing around constantly. We have Meredith versus Angie K, Meredith versus Lisa, I think Meredith versus Whitney, Whitney versus Lisa. Oh, and I forgot, Heather versus Whitney. So it looks like most of the ladies, even though they've been fighting with each other, they're all in a decent place. They're still speaking to each other, you know, outside of Monica, of course. But they're trying to call out Meredith right now for when she's going at it with somebody, she's always trying to throw an excuse in there, like for her behavior, like her bringing up like, a sick child, how dare you? You know, there's always something going on with Meredith, and she tries to put herself in the victim spot so people can't come at her. Basically, when she's backed into a corner, she tends to deflect. Look, you can definitely tell Meredith was a lawyer at one point because the way she's talking herself out of the corners they're putting her in, it's really fascinating. I do agree though, she has a pattern of whenever she's confronted, oh, I've been going through this or I've been going through that. And the ladies are like, well, I didn't know that. And then Meredith's excuse is, well, I just didn't feel comfortable disclosing that or wanted to talk about it. Oh, not her saying that most of the women in the group don't even care to ask her what she's going through. Side note, I'm hearing all this and them going back and forth, but I kind of want to get back to Monica and her being exposed and Heather and the black eye, but you know we're not going to get that till part 3. So we got to fill this up with something. Meredith just refuses to see where the other ladies are coming from. She says, you know what? I don't need excuses all the time. You've seen me in a multitude of arguments where I just disengage. And she's right, but damn, can you at least just say, I see how y'all can see that? She doesn't want to say that. So now we get to Whitney versus Lisa, and Lisa being really self-centered and not really checking in on Whitney when she lost her friend. At least from Whitney's perspective, she felt Lisa didn't do that. We do see in the flashback though that after Lisa talked to Heather about the jewelry, she asked Whitney how is she doing. So Whitney don't really have a leg to stand on. I think she's been trying to create drama between the ladies to, you know, secure her spot because it's the same thing like when she confronted Heather about her book. Yeah, Whitney ain't winning this argument with Lisa because first she was mad at Lisa for not acknowledging her. We see that she did. And then Whitney wants to say, well, you were asking me too much and it was triggering me. Like, which is it? Like, it was a lose-lose situation for Lisa. I know some of y'all don't like Lisa, but she was right in this situation. And two things can be true. Like, I feel like this needs to be like the slogan for season 4 of Salt Lake City. Two things can be true. She could be a self-absorbed narcissist and she could be right every so often. They still going back and forth, y'all. I think we should move on, Andy. I'm Monica in this situation. Oh my God. Like, can we please move on? So now we're on the rumor about Angie's husband, and Andy asked her why wasn't she mad at Monica at the time, like for spreading the rumor instead of Meredith. And look, during my review, I was like, does she not see that Monica was the one that spread it? And at least she admits now that she should have been, but she didn't see it while they were filming. A lot of people owe Meredith an apology. I hope we see it in part 2 or 3. Monica then tells Angie, you're acting like I started the rumor. And everyone's like, well, you did. You repeated it on national television. Like, you were the only one that specified like what the rumor was. And then you embellish more by saying he had men going around town saying how good the sex was. Angie basically saying without saying that she was manipulated. I mean, most of the cast was manipulated by Monica's lies. So the next question for Angie is, how did she feel when she saw Lisa called her weak and a liar? Of course, Angie didn't like that. And y'all know Lisa has a habit of saying what she really feels about her friends behind closed doors. I mean, y'all remember the hot mic moment. Instead of Lisa just apologizing, here we go, her explaining herself. She can at least first off and say, I apologize, I don't think you're weak or a liar. This is just how I felt at the time. I'm defending your ass against this chick who you're now cool with. So I look stupid putting myself out there for you. That's what I would have said. They're going back and forth, and Lisa still hasn't given an apology, and I think Angie K just wants some accountability on Lisa's behalf. Has she met her? Like, Lisa ain't gonna do that. Just because you took accountability doesn't mean Lisa is. Andy then asked Whitney, does she still stand by what she said about Lisa being not self-aware and making things all about her? Andy, before he even got the question out, she said yes. And I agree with her. Oh, God, here go Lisa again, just on and on and on. Yeah, I'm with Monica. Just be quiet, please. Do I not get to defend myself? I just speak a different language. All right, we're moving on now. Andy makes a joke about the dynamics of their friendship, how Heather and Lisa are bad leather. That was definitely shade on Andy's part. So now they're talking about the husbands, and they start with Whitney. Andy asks her, why doesn't he wear his wedding ring? And she says, because it doesn't fit on his finger anymore. And he pulls a Carrie Bradshaw and he wears the ring around his neck. Also, side note, is Whitney aware that you can see the duct tape under her dress? Like, I thought that was like a titty tape that was like flesh tone. Or maybe that's the duct tape from the mic. Either way, it's visible. So then we get to Angie's husband, and she's being asked how is he dealing with the rumors that were on the show since he cried about it when she told him. Angie clarifies that it was never a rumor that her husband was gay. Like, yeah, he was a hairdresser, but when they met 30 years ago, like, people were wondering, oh, he's hot, he has good legs, is he gay? Then someone said, oh no, that's his wife over there. And then afterward, it was done. Oh, she said this never came up until this rat came out the sewer. She pointed at Monica. Monica starts laughing, then Angie's like, don't laugh like you've never been called a rat before, Monica. Okay, Angie, okay, she's trying, y'all. She's trying to read. Oh, now wait a minute, Monica. You were not mean to her at all during filming? Come on now. Like, every time you got into it with Angie, you were talking to her in a tone where you would expose her or something. Like, you were trying to, like, hold back. When, in actuality, you were the one that was exposed. I'm telling y'all, Monica fans, y'all aren't going to like this review. And just wait till Mary Cosby come next week. So now Andy's asking Meredith, can she elaborate on the rumors and nastiness? Andy loves doing that impression. Andy also asks her, well, you insinuated to Whitney and Lisa that you know something about Angie's husband. Like, was it something about their marriage? And then Meredith, she's trying to weasel her way out of it again. She said, I never said I knew anything about their marriage. I just said her husband. It could be anything. But then Meredith, she brings out the receipts and says, that's not what I said. This is exactly what I said. Yeah, Meredith, I don't think those receipts really prove anything. Like, yeah, you said you had something on her husband. Of course, the first thing people are going to think about is, oh, is he cheating on her? Or is he cheating on her with men? Like, what is it? Here we go. Now, there's rumors about everyone. Well, we're talking about the rumor that you insinuated about Angie's husband. No matter how annoying as fuck she can be, what was the rumor? Why did you, like, try to intimidate her with that rumor? Child, if Andy does this rumors voice one more time, Andy asked Angie her thoughts on it, and she said that from what Monica told her, she thought that Meredith was insinuating rumors about her husband's sexuality and saying that it's not right to do that to a family with kid or with businesses. I am a pillar in the Salt Lake City community. Oh, now see, wait a minute. I got to give Meredith her props on this. Angie's trying to say that, all what Meredith has said about her has affected her family. She gets out the receipts, and Meredith goes down the line like a laundry list of all the things that Angie has said about her. Being a fraud, a lying bitch, multiple personality disorder, a trampoline with eyes. Angie can't say nothing because she said all of that. Oh yeah, I forgot Angie said she was going to take a hit out on Meredith's family. Now, Angie, girl, a trampoline with eyes is a compliment? Really? I don't even get that insult. What does that even mean, a trampoline with eyes? Angie's trying to interject, but Meredith just keeps reading off all the things that Angie has called her. All Angie could say is, well, yeah, I think I activated you, and you're welcome. I mean, low-key, Meredith, outside of your short-circuiting, yeah, I guess you should be thanking Angie. Okay, so now Meredith's trying to paint herself as the victim, saying it's a shame that me being open with my marital complications, women in this group will weaponize that. And then I'm just like, well, wait a minute, Meredith. You threaten to weaponize information you know about another woman's marriage, so which is it? Thankfully, Andy moves on to the next question as for Whitney, asking her, wasn't it her actually who got Monica to say the rumor on camera? Because she kept pushing Monica to say it. So I do agree. Whitney, yeah, you didn't know about the rumor, but you kept pushing Monica to say it. So even Monica doesn't blame Whitney for her bringing the rumor out on camera. Like, she takes ownership for what she said. She said nobody can make her say what she didn't want to say. So at least Monica took ownership for that. Angie then says Monica was determined for this rumor to come out. She says in the first week of filming, she went around to everybody saying that there was rumors out about Angie. They're going back and forth now. The credits are rolling. Angie's like, I'm talking. This is about my marriage. This is my moment. Monica then says, oh yeah, finally, your moment. After 4 years, you're finally on. Angie's like, bitch, I deserve to be here. And then Andy interjects and tells Monica, well, she can say the same thing about you. Oh, exactly. See, that's the thing. It is so easy to pack Monica up. These ladies just don't know how to read. Angie keeps going though, saying how much of a fraud Monica is. She's spending their kids' money on the fucking purse. This activates Monica because I guess her kids are being referenced to. I think she's just trying to call you a bad mom. She wasn't talking about your kids. But she says, keep my kids out your fucking mouth, you fucking piece of shit. And yeah, we're at the split screen, and that is where the episode ends, y'all. I give it a solid A. Like, they gave us just enough, because we got 3 parts to cover. Like, they can't give us all of it. So I think it was the perfect balance. And then we see in the next episode, Mary is here. And we get to see who she likes on the cast. Now, I saw a clip, but I'm going to save my thoughts on that for the next episode. But yeah, this was great. I can't wait to see the ratings for it. And yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I really enjoyed it. And look, I can't wait for the next 2 weeks. With that though, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.